Assalamu alaikum, peaceful greetings. This is Dina, founder and program designer for Natural Ground One. You see my cannon flower there? Isn't that beautiful? That yellow. Wanted to put that in the picture, but I titled this one no title because there's so many things right now running through my mind. I'm so excited. The Whole Wellness Woman virtual conference is when Sunday. Sunday. Have you purchased your ticket yet? New purchases and those that are returning, have you checked your email? Because I sent an email August 18th and I sent a text out to those who I had phone numbers for. Like I said, I was so excited when I went in and started typing in emails and people started popping up. So I appreciate the support. But again, the Whole Wellness Woman is coming to you not one time, not two times, but three times. This is our third time. This is our third time attempting to do the Whole Wellness Woman virtual conference. And I am so very excited for what's going to happen on Sunday. What's going to happen on Sunday. So again, we have two price points. One is $20 and one is $40. The VIP ticket, which gets you well, the $20 ticket, I'm talking fast, I know, right? Y'all know me by now because when I get excited I talk really fast, right? So let me slow down a little bit. So the $20 ticket gives you all access to the whole day conference, and then the $40 ticket is a VIP pass where you get to have a one-on-one kind of conference, one-on-one sit with three of the speakers from the Whole Wellness Woman virtual conference, and it's open to it's a closed door session, but it's only open for VIPs. Plus, we have some giveaways and some packages that have to be mailed out. So, if you are a VIP person, a VIP ticket holder, I need you to email me my your address, your full name, address, and I'll put that all in a Facebook text, or I will send it to you via email. And I'll also remind you on Sunday because I want to start sending out packages. We still have some products that are out of stock. I think I'm going to have to choose something else, but I want you to be able to receive your packages when they are ready to be shipped. So again, I'm just so excited to be offering the Whole Wellness Woman virtual conference. What is the Whole Wellness Woman? What does that look like? The Whole Wellness Woman is about women who need to rejuvenate, who need to revitalize, who need to have conversations about things that they may not have had conversations about. What does wellness look like, right? Viewing wellness through a different lens. As I mentioned, and I will continue to say this, a lot of what is plaguing us as women, as families, as communities, individually and collectively, really is not new. It really isn't. We just need to begin to look at these things through a different lens. And that's what the Whole Wellness Woman virtual conference, along with 8 women, are going to do on that day. And not just that day, because as I mentioned to you, it's not just about that day. This is a movement. This is something that we're going to stay connected to. And the only way you won't stay connected is if you decide to unsubscribe when we start sending out emails, when we start inviting you into Zoom conferences and conference calls and things like that, just to stay connected. And two, for me personally, as a business owner and founder of Natural Ground One, for me, and something that I prayed for during the month of Ramadan, is for me to be able to connect and work with like-minded organizations, like-minded people who want to bring about change in our communities and with women. And my goal is to support women who don't know how to show up for themselves, who have a difficult time saying yes to what they want to do, right? They show up for everybody else, but they have a difficult time saying yes or showing up for themselves. And the show up is real. The show up is real. The show up is real. It truly is real. And I'm saying that because it's not easy, planning something and doing something and then have it not come to light 3 times. Well, 2 times. Hopefully this won't, the third time it'll work off. And I had to continue to show up. How did I do that? Right? How did I do that? How did I learn to show up for myself? Because often, as if some of you know my story, I didn't have to show up for myself. Why? Because I had other people showing up for me. I didn't have to do anything if I didn't want to, because I had other people doing things for me, right? And that's not to brag or boast, but I grew up spoiled. My family, I'm the youngest of 13 children, so You know, so that wasn't easy for me. Learning to show up for myself was not easy, and I had to truly examine. So the women that will be speaking to you on Sunday have experiences, they have stories, they have proven methods that have worked for them to bring them from point A to point B. And they're going to share that with you openly, right? They're going to share that information with you. That's what the whole Wellness Woman Virtual Conference is about. So if you haven't purchased your ticket, if you are not going to be in attendance on Sunday, you're going to miss a lot. You're going to miss an event that could possibly, and I'm going to promise, like I said before, when we were going to do it before, when I was coming live, I was promising, I'm going to still make that promise. If you implement one thing that you learn on Sunday, one thing that will center around a decision you have decided to make, or a change that you have decided to make, or something that you want to get rid of, or something that you want to no longer do. If you implement something that you're going to learn on Sunday, it'll happen. It'll happen. I had a huge conversation with a good friend of mine today, and she asked me, why don't women who know that they need to change or know that they want to change don't? For whatever reason, why don't they? And I told her, I said, you're going to have to pay me for that. But I'm going to tell you, I'm one of the things, I'm not going to tell you everything, because I'm going to go into that a little bit on Sunday, especially in our virtual, our VIP session. But one thing that I know for certain is why women, or people in general, don't show up for their self like they show up for other people, is fear. It's fear. It's fear. I have 10 things that I've developed over the course of really since maybe like January, February, planning the whole Wellness Woman Conference, 10 things as to why women don't show up for themselves like they show up for other people. And number 1 is fear. Number 2 is fear. Number 3 is fear. Once you move past the fear, everything else becomes a little bit easier. And my coach, Lori Pelzer, says to me, when I didn't even know her as a coach, she jumped up on stage, and she said to me, because I seemed like she was talking to me, if you're not doing something every day that makes you a little uncomfortable, and for some of us a lot uncomfortable, then you're not living in your true purpose and your true who you are, right? Now, I say this often, and I've said it on stages that were not Muslim at all. There were no Muslims in the crowd, and I've said it on stages where there's Muslims in the crowd, right? In Islam, there are pillars. There's 5 pillars of what Islam stands on. And whether you are Muslim or not, Allah put you here to worship Him. So outside of worshiping Allah for me and other Muslims, and even people who aren't Muslim, because that's what Allah put you here for. That's what God made you for, is to worship Him. What does that look like? What does worshiping your God, what does worshiping Allah look like for you, right? So when I realized that for me, it was service to people, I became more comfortable in my purpose. Because what I went through to get to this place, I had to realize that it was about service. Because what helped me is what I teach, what I coach about. It's what I teach, what I coach about. That's what helped me, right? So when I talk about showing up, when I talk about being uncomfortable, as my coach said, if you're not comfortable, if you're living too comfortable, if you're not doing something comfortable, if you're not doing something that makes you a little uncomfortable every day, and for some people a lot uncomfortable every day, then you're not truly living in anything. Like you're just right? In order for us to grow, in order for people to change, in order for people to get into a balance of who they are, you have to do some things that's going to make you uncomfortable. That's the growth. So if what I'm saying about the whole wellness woman is making you a little uncomfortable, that's a good thing. That means for sure you need to show up. You need to be in the room. You need to be with us on Sunday. You need to be with us on Sunday. And you know what else? You need to bring some friends. Because this is another thing. Once you begin to make a decision about change, it's going to look different for everybody. Your change is going to look different for everybody. And some people are going to be with you, and some people are not going to be with you. Some people are going to stand by you, and some people are not going to stand by you. And it's okay, because it goes back to what I was going to title this conversation about: intention, right? What is your intention? And that's the conversation I had with my dear friend this morning. She called me in a panic. She's stressing. She told me she was having an anxiety attack. And I told her, what was your intention for the situation that you find yourself in right now? What was your intention? And once she realized what her intention was, she became more comfortable. Because actions are judged. We're judged by our intentions. Right? And my intention has always been for the whole wellness woman to represent and support women who are in need of support, who are in need to rejuvenate, rebalance, repurpose, redesign, right? And these aren't bad things. These are things that we need. We need to examine where we are in this space and time. And that's what the Whole Wellness Woman Virtual Conference will do for you. That's what these speakers are going to do for you on Sunday. And if it's making you uncomfortable, then you really need to be there. Because when I first met my coach, she made me uncomfortable when she jumped on that stage with them stiletto heels on. But when she began to talk, I listened because I was there. I was intentional. Intentions. I was intentional to get what I wanted to get. But when I showed up at that conference, I knew what I wanted. Some of you may come on Sunday and you may not have no idea as to what you want or what you need. But the mere fact that you are there is going to change you. You're changed already if you're listening to the sound of my voice and you're taking in what I'm saying. Whether you act on it or not, there's change happen. Because if you don't act on anything that I say today, let's say you don't come to the Whole Wellness Woman Virtual Conference on Sunday, you're going to hear this again. Because what we're going to be talking about on Sunday cannot be denied. It cannot be denied. It's going to, if you don't deal with what you need to deal with, and I don't know what that is for you. I truly don't. But I know we have things that we have to deal with that we're not dealing with. And if you don't deal with what you need to deal with, you're going to either die with it or you're going to die with it, or you're going to deal with it. You're going to either die with it or you're going to deal with it. I choose to deal. And there's a whole lot of other people that choose to deal. And the 8 women that are going to show up on Sunday, they chose to deal with it too. And they're going to help you deal with whatever it is you have to deal with. Only you know. You have to make the decision. So purchase your ticket. I'm going to drop the link in here after I log off. My phone is about to die, as a matter of fact, so it may be a little bit later, but I'm going to drop the link. If you look on my page, the link for the Whole Wellness Woman Virtual Conference is there. There's tickets available, and we want you there. We want you there. We really want you there, because there are things that we need to talk about, not just on Sunday, but down the line. I was just thinking before I came out here, this just popped in my head. You know, I didn't want to do like a Facebook page or this page, but I'm thinking about doing a page for the Whole Wellness Woman the Whole Wellness Woman, because we need to stay connected. Because as I said, when you go to this site, when you go to log in, right, or sign up, most of you need to sign in because you've already had your pass, right? You will see the whole lineup for the conference. And the things that we talk about, the things that are going to be talked about on Sunday, they're not going to go away. They're not going to go away. They're going to amplify. It's almost like once you begin to see something, hear something, you see it again. For example, my husband, he brought a Mercedes S-Class, fine fine car. He deserved it. I am so happy that he said yes to himself, right? The day we purchased that car and he took me for a ride, I saw nothing but Mercedes. Now, is that to say that those Mercedes weren't there before? Of course they were. Why did I notice them? Because I was in the moment. I was driving, not driving because it took me a while to want to drive it, but I was in a Mercedes. So you begin to notice things. You begin, that's my coach. Yep, she's going to be teaching wealth wellness. That's right. Lori Pelzer going to be teaching wealth wellness. You begin to notice things. You're going to begin to notice the conversation that I'm having with you right now. And if you don't, that's because you just want to tune everything out. And you know what? That's okay too, if that's what you want to do. But you're going to begin to notice things. And if you want to change something, you have to make a decision. And when you make that decision, the universe will conspire to give you what you want. What does that mean? The universe will conspire to give you what you want. You know, somebody really said that. Things begin to happen. Boom, 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 boom. Things begin to happen. And then what else happens? Everything breaks loose. There were so many things that if I wasn't the person that I am and the person that I have become, there are so many things that would have stopped me from moving forward in presenting to you the Whole Wellness Woman Virtual Conference. There were many things, many, many, many things. But I decided to show up. And that's what you need to do. Make a decision to show up. And like I said, if anything I've said to you tonight, or you hear this in the replay, upsets you or makes you a little nervous, you definitely need to be there. Because the women that I have put together, that I have really handpicked, are going to change your life. I guarantee that. I promise you that. I promise you that. So I'm going to go. I'm finished. There are many things that I decided to show up. I decided to show up. The show up is real. It really is. And I'm going to tell you some of the stories on Sunday about my show ups. What happened when I show up. It's going to be a life-changing experience. It truly is. And you know why I'm saying it's going to be a life-changing experience? Because I'm planting the seed. I'm making the intention to do that. We're judged by our intentions. And when you live in your intention, it doesn't really, and I don't want to sound cold about this, but it doesn't really matter, sort of, how other people perceive different things, because you know what your intention is. I know what my intention is for the Whole Wellness Woman Virtual Conference, and that's why I continue to show up. And inshallah, God willing, Allah willing, we'll have a wonderful experience. We'll have a wonderful experience on Sunday, and I'm so looking forward to seeing you inside, in our sessions, in our chats, and on our main stage, and you listening to the speakers and responding in the chat, and going into the virtual networking and the virtual vendors that we have, right? I'm so excited about that. And I'll be on tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday morning maybe, because we're selling tickets right up to the virtual door. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link in so you can purchase your ticket. Remember, if you are a returning guest, check your email. It was sent out August 8th for your complimentary re-entry. Thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to listen to me, Dina, founder and program designer for Natural Brown One. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening.